Now, this segment here is just a small cut from a more in-depth interview we did with David Horrigan, Discovery Counsel and Legal Education Director of the Relativity. He is a master content creator and moderator, and if you've ever heard him, you might even call him the voice of eDiscovery, as he has one of those amazing radio voices. But here, I asked him a rather unique question, as I try to do with all my guests, and he returned with an unexpectedly unique answer, one that was also unexpectedly Christmas-themed. It's a bit harrowing, it's definitely extraordinary, but it does have a happy ending, and I thought you might all enjoy this rather interesting adventure as much as I did. But before we jump in, let me say happy holidays from ESI Survival Guide and all the best to you and your family for 2022. And please, stay safe out there in the electronic wilderness. Now on to the story. Do you have, and I only ask this because I have a few, 3, and they come up often, and we'll save them for another time so we don't go too long, but do you have a near-death story? And if you do have one, do you have one that where there's some levity to it?
Yeah, it was a near tragedy, but there was almost some there's some levity. Basically, we were it was Christmas Eve, 1996, and we were held up by gang members. There was literally a gun to my head. Now you're gonna say, how is this story funny?
Yeah, where's the levity in this?
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's Christmas Eve, so the gang members are surrounding us, and I have the gun to my head, and I've got a Santa hat on. Sometimes when I was replaying this thing, I was thinking,
I'm sorry,
I know that's the only reason I'm alive, because I had the Santa hat on, and because I thought I was dead, because my girlfriend and I are there. We're getting into the car, and then here's the gun here, and he's like, the wallet. And so I just take my wallet. I'm trying to avoid looking at him so he's not going to blow my weenie ass away. And so I just throw the wallet, not looking at him. And he's like, the purse. And then I go to my girlfriend, hey, I need your purse. And she's like, deer in the headlights.
You're
there. I'm
like,
like,
me,
I need your purse.
Can I borrow your purse real quick?
Yeah. And then she's like, I don't have it. And I'm like, she doesn't have it. Here, take the car, and threw the keys down. And so I'm standing there. I've thrown the keys down. There's a momentary pause. And you're like a little kid at the doctor waiting to get a shot. I am waiting to hear the bullet's going to come any minute now. And so I put my head inside the car while I'm standing out like this, so that if I get shot, it won't go into my head and I might leave. And all of a sudden, there's nothing there. So we're in this parking lot and the bar is over there. And so I'm like, okay, on the count of 3, we're going to run in. 1, 2, 3. And I'm across that parking lot. I get halfway across. I realize she's not there. I'm like, oh no. So I go drag her, and then it's like one of these scenes. So we get in there. I'm like, hey, we need to call the police. Just had a mugging. So call the police. And I had a friend there who I knew had some dubage on him. And this is before it was legal. So I was like, you need to go flush that right now. The cops are on the way. And so then we're sitting there. Meanwhile, my girlfriend, who wanted to go to midnight mass, was reminding me, if we'd gone to midnight mass, this would not have happened. God has put his vengeance down.
You gotta throw a midnight mass in the story, of course.
So then the police come. Yeah, we've had some issues with these gangs that have come over and blah, 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 blah. And so they leave. We get the police report. And so my friend comes up to me. He's like, hey, would you like to smoke a joint? And I'm like, I thought I told you to flush that stuff. I'm in law school. He's like, you were in an emotional state. You were not thinking. So it's about as humorous of a near-death experience as it could be, because everybody lived, everybody was fine. And
I like how it ended with the very calm, the voice of reason.
Right.
Where somebody you wouldn't often think would be the voice of reason. That story is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
Now, my former girlfriend probably to this day does not see the humor. God bless her.
Yeah, she's probably not about that. Mine was I almost fell off a cliff when I was in the Boy Scouts. Very different story. Very different vibe there. But no, thank you for sharing. That
sure,
is, that is a highlight. If my whole entire blog could have a highlight reel, that's going on it.
Oh, I'm glad we made it cool.
do you have a
Bye.